This week in Retrospect, we take it back to February 22nd of 1995, where local high schools start a new teleconferencing educational pilot project.
It's the latest thing in distance education, audio graphics teleconferencing. This technology enhances your learning experience by adding computers and special software, along with audio microphones and speakers. This allows both audio and visual information to be transmitted over regular phone lines and received at all the sites simultaneously. It's a plus for students at all the campuses.
I think they benefit because they can access the class. Otherwise, they would have to take it by another way, but perhaps by correspondence, where they're not in touch with the instructor on a weekly basis.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sort of adjust to this sort of atmosphere.
Oh, there's definitely adjustment period, but I do think they do adjust. They have to become more independent learners as a result of the audio graphics, but some of the students certainly don't mind that. They find that the more they put into it, the more they'll get out.
This idea started as a pilot project, but now 50 to 60 students a year are taking classes on everything from business to high school credit courses with the equipment. But students discover learning over the wire has its drawbacks.
In a classroom environment, if you had a question, you'd ask immediately so you wouldn't lose your train of thought. So sometimes it's easy to lose your train of thought because she's speaking and you don't want to miss what she's saying.
Lori, will the exam
You can get talking amongst yourselves and the instructor doesn't know that. And she's still talking, so as a group we have to try and stay more focused and not talk amongst ourselves to disrupt the class.
These students are taking a night class on marketing. The teleconferencing setup provides for interesting class interaction because their classmates are scattered from Fort Kent to St. Paul and their teacher is in Vermilion. I had a chance to speak with the instructor and ask her a few questions about the arrangement.
As an instructor, how do you find teaching through a machine basically instead of one-on-one with the students?
I find that it's much more teacher-centered and that you have to give a lot more direction to the students as compared to in a classroom where a lot of classroom dynamics take place.
The experience seems to take some getting used to, but students agree that if it means they can take a class that wouldn't otherwise be offered, they'll learn through a machine any day. Julie Matthews, NewsHour.
And in 1999, we take a look at the MS walk throughout Alberta and one right here in Lloydminster.
Canada supports more MS research than any other country in the world. The Super Cities Walk plays a big role in fundraising for that research. This year, 10 satellite walks have been added across Alberta, including here in Lloydminster.
It's a fun event. The people come out, they walk, they get some free food, some great entertainment. There's tons of prizes. It's a really fun day, and the walks that we've done in the past, that I certainly have coordinated, have been excellent. The response has been wonderful, and that's why they keep growing year after year.
The aim is for 130 walkers and $17,000 in pledges. Some would say a lofty goal for a first year, but organizers are confident Border City residents will come through.
I know Lloydminster well enough after being here a year that the community support is excellent, and so I can't see a reason why we won't surpass the 130 walkers.
The walk itself will travel city trails and Bud Miller Park. Participants will have 3 distances to choose from: 1 kilometer, 5K, and 10K. Whatever the distance, though, they will all be walking to help find a cure and enhance the quality of life for those who suffer.
It's out there more than what you really realize, but nobody talks about it. And like myself, on a bad day, I don't go out in public. On a good day, I will. So, a lot of people don't even know I have it.
MS is the most common disease of the central nervous system. It affects nearly 50,000 Albertans. The Midwest, including Lloydminster, has one of the highest per capita rates of MS in the world. That's mainly because of geographic reasons, but all the more reason for research and fundraising.
50% of the money raised from the walk will go directly to research. 25% will be designated for patient services, examples being informative literature and videos. The remaining 25% will filter down to the local MS chapter.
But really the best thing about this is after the fact, when we've met our goal and everyone is on a high and the volunteers in the committee are running around hugging and screaming and yelling, that we're helping the people in the community. And that's the biggest thing, is because there are so many people, and I know from doing the walk, and I get to meet the people that have MS, and it really becomes a personal issue. So that's the best part, is we can see hope and, a cure for them.
Shannon Fagan, NewsHour.
And that's all for this week in Retrospect.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Find New Holland products at Webb's Machinery, your dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, Lamont, Wainwright, St. Paul, and Consort.